It's been life-changing for Shannon and I, and how we parent, and what I've seen out of his reactions to how I would normally enter a situation.
But we don't have an easy one, and this stuff really, really works.
And there were a lot of things I didn't think would work, and I'd be like, no way, but I'll try it. And then it did work, and I was like, oh.
I just love that the transformation happened. I did. I'm so surprised. More calm, more confidence, more joy, better communication, better relations, better adjusting your expectations, changing your mindset. It's just so fun. And then it's just so fun to see the spouse kind of catching on and the kids catching on. And then all of a sudden it's like your whole household is starting to imitate or mimic that modeling. And it's literally like these gears that keep moving. And then all of a sudden other relationships start to kind of turn to just so many good things. But I just want to apply this model for change in other areas, because I just think it was so easy and powerful.
The process of starting it definitely opened my eyes to, like, sometimes you can't give each other the advice that the other needs, and to hear it to collectively from another source cannot be underestimated. So
it's been one of the best investments. I've done a lot of things to invest in my family and myself, and it has certainly been one of the best investments I've made, for sure. I'm watching myself undo patterns that are generations rich, and that feels huge, and it feels really hopeful. One other thing is that the way that Flora has structured it with these, 2 sessions in the week, and then you get, depending on, I guess, what level you choose, you get like a one-on-one. It feels really rich and full. And so each week I feel like I'm practicing something, and then I can have an accountability, and then I can check in on it. And so I really feel the traction.
My name is Flora McCormick, licensed therapist and parenting coach, mom of 2 kids. I work with parents in a coaching group where you get 3 key pieces. You get a community for accountability and support. You get self-paced learning so that it's super doable even in your busy life. And you have me, a licensed therapist, helping you every step of the way so that it's personalized and you really see the dial moving forward. The results are huge, and they're right here waiting for you.
I just had felt so scattered in the way I was approaching my parenting that kind of paring it down was really, really helpful for me. It just kind of helped me come up with with tools that were concrete and easy to use, and that I didn't feel like some parenting books had told me every kid's going to need 15 minutes a day. And so I'm like setting a timer and moving from room to room, and then we're late for bedtime because I'm not getting enough time in with every kid, that 15 minutes expectation that I had set for myself. And then I felt like a failure. So when it was all in one place and much simpler, then I was able to start seeing success a lot more. And happy mom is happier kids. You know what I mean?
What I would do was utilize my kindness and be kind, be kind, be kind, be kind. And then I'm getting stretched too thin. And then I would explode into monster mom so bad. And it was so confusing for my toddler because he was like, Mom, you were being so nice. And then all of a sudden, you're monster mom.
Yeah.
And I could not keep parenting like that. It was not effective. It was straining our relationship. It was straining my husband and I's relationship. I went to my husband and I said, it's time for us to make some changes. How do you feel about this? And it took him a couple days to come around. But once he started seeing me implementing what I learned from your webinar, he was like, okay, I can see how this is gonna work for us. And so he jumped on board, and ever since then he was just like, I can't believe that, he's like, this has just been worth every penny that we've paid.
I don't have the arguments, I don't have the fights. I mean, both myself and my daughter are bullheaded, and stubborn. So when we battle, it's pretty good. But we've been able to avoid most of those.
I mean, before Zach and Mary would go at it and I would just
freeze and I'd be like, oh my gosh, this is not good, but I can't step in because he started it. Now it's pretty calm and mellow. We're on the same page. We can kind of see where each other are going.
I would say do it. To anybody who's thinking about it, just do it. I mean, it's worth every penny to not have to fight with your kid.
It's just helped out so much, and just staying calm and being perceptive to their emotions and how they're feeling, and they just respond so much better to me, and that's helped out a lot.
Lucy is our 1.5-year-old, and then we have she has 3 older brothers. They are 7, 6, and 4. My husband's military and he's a pilot, so he works a lot of long hours away.
And it always seemed like the only focus of our family was trying to manage children's behavior.
Mm-hmm.
Rachel and I never got time together. We didn't go on dates very often. We didn't get to do a whole lot of things together because we were always just moving from one child's emotional upset to the next child's emotional upset, or sometimes all 4.
Like I was tired of fighting about parenting and not having kind of a united way to deal with things, and so that's been a whole lot better. I realized I was doing way too much for our kids, and I was stretching myself too thin while also not teaching them skills that would benefit them as well, not setting those healthy boundaries because I was scared to, honestly. I felt like if I did, then it was just going to be a tantrum forever. And I found that has not been the case at all. And I found that the tools she gives, like making a plan for things and following through, has been extremely helpful for really resolving almost any problem we've had.
The thing I like about the techniques and the strategies, for one, is that they are techniques and strategies. It's not trying to fit everybody's children into a rigid box that if you parent exactly this way, then your children will behave this way, and then we'll all be perfect parents with perfect children that look exactly the same.
Mm-hmm.
But it teaches you tools and techniques and encourages you to apply them in your own ways in the situations that are specific to you and your family. Basically, in conclusion, I'd like to say that while things are definitely not, cookie cutter perfection, they are a lot better.
Mm-hmm.
And we're more on the same page. The kids are more aware of what to expect, and they're also becoming a lot better at recognizing the causes of their upsets and working through those upsets on their own.
But with each thing we learned, I found my confidence growing that, hey, kind of whatever happened, we could figure this out.